Vakatunda Mahakaya Surjakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada Namah Suryaya Chandraya Mangalaya Budaya Cha Guru Shukra Shani Vescha Rahuve Ketuve Namaha Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha.
Inhale deeply with Va and exhale deeply with Si equally. To Shishimnari if possible. Follow me through 7 times.
La apertura se dañan también. Sí, no es como... Okay.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
Ready, go.
Om Kriya Bhagavati Namo. Om Kriya Bhagavati Namo. Om Kriya Bhagavati Namo. Mm. Om Shri Guru Padikaya Namaha. 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 The deep tunnel Kriya consciousness. Let's do the pranayam, Kriya Kundalini pranayam. First up, inhale deeply with Va and exhale deeply Sita Sushana Nadi. 7 times. Follow me through. The deep transcendental Kriya consciousness is the second pranayam. Inhale deeply with Va, exhale deeply, say halfway through, 7 times. The deep transcendental Kriya consciousness. Let's do the third pranayam. Inhale deeply with Va and exhale deeply, singing breath. Follow me through. The deep transcendental Kriya consciousness and the Kriya Kundalini pranayam. We are in touch with the universal energy. So with that connection, let's pray with heart and mind for the welfare of the world. We're not getting 100% about COVID-19. It's still spreading in some parts of the world. So let's see Dhanvantri Maharishi, let's pray him to Mahatma Babaji and Lord Vishnu 7 times as usual.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantriyaya Amrita Kalasha Hastaya Sarvamaya Vinathanaya Trailogya Nadaya Shri Mahavishnabe Namaha.
Om Kriya Babaji Namo.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantriyaya Amrita Kalasha Hastaya Sarvamaya Vinathanaya Trailogya Nadaya Shri Mahavishnabe Namaha.
Om Kriya Babaji Namo.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantriyaya Amrita Kalasha Hastaya Sarvamaya Vinathanaya Trailogya Nadaya Shri Mahavishnabe Namaha.
Om Kriya Babaji Namo.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantriyaya Amrita Kalasha Hastaya Sarvamaya Vinathanaya Trailogya Nadaya Shri Mahavishnabe Namaha.
Om Kriya Babaji Namo.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantriyaya Amrita Kalasha Hastaya Sarvamaya Vinathanaya Trailogya Nadaya Shri Mahavishnabe Namaha.
Om Kriya Babaji Namo.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantriyaya Amrita Kalasha Hastaya Sarvamaya Vinathanaya Trailogya Nadaya Shri Mahavishnabe Namaha.
Om Kriya Babaji Namo.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantriyaya Amrita Kalasha Hastaya Sarvamaya Vinathanaya Trailogya Nadaya Shri Mahavishnabe Namaha.
Om Kriya Babaji Namo. The deep Kriya consciousness and Kriya Pranayam, we are in touch with the universal energy. This time, let's pray for the welfare of the world. The war is spreading again in many parts of the world, and tensions are keeping increasing, and poor people, innocent people are much more affected. So let's pray for the welfare of the world through Lord Bhairava and Mahatma Babaji 7 times. Om Swarnadvijaya Vidmahe Sulahastaya Dhimahi Tano Bhairavaya Prachodayadi.
Om Kriya Babaji Namo.
Om Swarnadvijaya Vidmahe Sulahastaya Dhimahi Tano Kalabhairavaya Prachodayadi.
Om Kriya Babaji Namo.
Om Swarnadvijaya Vidmahe Sulahastaya Dhimahi Tano Kalabhairavaya Prachodayadi.
Om Kriya Babaji Namo.
Om Swarnadvijaya Vidmahe Sulahastaya Dhimahi Tano Kalabhairavaya Prachodayadi.
Om Kriya Babaji Namo.
Om Swarnadvijaya Vidmahe Sulahastaya Dhimahi Tano Kalabhairavaya Prachodayadi.
Om Kriya Babaji Namo.
Om Swarnadvijaya Vidmahe Sulahastaya Dhimahi Tano Kalabhairavaya Prachodayadi.
Om Kriya Babaji Namo.
The Satsang today, we are still continuing with the book by Lord Muruga. The with light only. So we'll continue the translation. I think last class we have been looking at some of the aspects of the
chapter 14.
chapter 14. So let's we have a couple of words about the last class, and then we'll go to the next pages.
Last class, we were still talking about the copper metallic bit, which gives the energy that is coming directly from the sun. This is the second metallic bit that is coming from the sun towards the earth. And this copper metallic bit, we understood its properties, has a very high capacity heat property. Therefore, many of the elemental bits get easily work better and with full intensity when they absorb this copper metallic bit. Now, the copper metallic bit is very useful for the second stage of growth, which is during the early childhood and the teenage years, and this is used because higher energy and fuel is given during this time of the for growth. So for the second stage of growth, this energy or this metallic bit is very important. So at the Muruga, this is the place where the sun's energy gets into the Earth's atmosphere, and that is where the gravitational force of the Earth starts beginning to act upon that metallic bit. At the Muruga, this is where the copper metallic bit combines with the magnetic strand and the heat strand, reaches the Muruga, then combines with the Earth's energy and forms a vayu, which is the air, which is the swirl, and this combination, it gives a different action. Only then the toxic strand is formed. Now the vayu or the swirl at the Muruga, this is where the gravitational force of the earth begins to get pulled downwards. Because of that rotation, the elemental bits, akash, air, water, heat, and earth will be combining or will be formed, and the highest energy of these elemental bits will be got through the strand of the copper metallic bit. The reason, as I've already told you, that it is because of the heat. Copper metallic bit is highest in its heat energy. So copper energy source is the center, coming from the center of the sun. When there is, so how does it get formed? When there is friction of the metallic bits at the sun, at the center of the sun, it starts giving off heat, which gives off the copper energy. Therefore, more friction, meaning more copper energy. Highest friction time is the formation of that copper metallic bit. In the atoms in the body also, same thing happens, which causes the heat. Therefore, on Earth, heat energy is very high because of the copper energy, which is around approximately midday. The process is that the metallic energy or bit combined with the three strands at the Muruga, which then combined with the 5 elemental bits described above. But it differs because of the different different metallic bit that is coming down. Because of the high energy of the high energy on Earth by copper, the attraction and movement amongst the elemental bits will also be very high. In places of heat, which is especially around the equator, there is highest energy of heat and therefore there's highest energy of copper. The second triangle, which contains the highest amount of heat energy, is given in the second triangle only. All the atoms act based on these strands. The heat energy by the copper metallic bit is giving high energy to the earth, and it's also applicable to human brain also. The pituitary gland can also gets this high energy, which transfers this energy to the single atom, and it gets distributed to the other gland and then to the body. Therefore, more hyperactive function is seen during these times. Depending upon the fuel received, the body acts. Depending upon the fuel received from the sunlight, the body acts accordingly. How can one accept this? Imagine that all energy metallic bits or as melted liquid into vaporized energy that is coming down from the sun. Because it gives this melted copper energy or vaporized copper energy into the earth, the elemental bits that is coming through it also has the highest form of energy, particularly when it comes into the heat strand. So therefore, most energy is gotten during that time. The sun is gotten during that time, and the sun is directly on top of the earth, or directly, in other words, on top of the human brain. This heat strand is carrying all the elemental bits in in a melted form. They are also received by the human brain. This can be understood and felt by the body if one carefully takes a look at it. During the second triangle, copper energy also causes the blood to flow faster. All the organs in the body will receive more energy through this action of blood. Therefore, the pressure of the blood during the afternoon time also fluctuates. This energy traverses through the Uyir, which is the single atom, which then goes to the pituitary gland, which then goes to a different gland and then reaches the Mars gland in the body. And then from the Mars gland, the energy is supplied to all parts of the body. The Mars gland that is present around the human brain also helps the blood to be formed. Blood is the only liquid that can be able to transfer this energy into the different parts of the body. Copper energy is always helping during the second triangle. Thus, anemic patients or people with low blood pressure can utilize this energy and can use this second triangle energy to increase blood flow and also the formation of blood cells. Since there are water elemental bits in the blood, it also helps to spread its transport along with the heat strands. For complete function of human blood or human body, blood is the main reason. No energy can transfer without the presence of blood. Therefore, Vinkurdi, which is the heat energy that is the sunlight, during the heat time of the sun, is also important for the transfer of light into the human blood, which is Mankurdi. Highest form of food is from sunlight given to all atoms of the human brain, and this is given during copper energy bits, which has to be absorbed to its maximum in order for the bodily function to work in an optimal for function. Midday energy is also very important for Atman food for liberation and has to be absorbed to its maximum. Mercury energy usually gives a steady flow of energy, but copper energy usually gives more intensity or more jolted form of energy, and blood will get thinner in the thinner in the brain and other parts, and it spreads faster, and food can be given easily to the atomic bits hidden in the brain. Even plants by the water grow more lush because of this. Therefore, in the same way, wherever the blood flows easily, the organ gets better energy. Therefore, this concept can be related to modern science regarding blood circulation at its optimal function. Now, there are 10 different circles or atomic bits trapped between the pituitary and the wheel atom, that is the single atom, where they are imprisoned during the 4 yugas. One can understand that subsidiary atoms has to get these energies in order to be liberated, and blood helps in the process. The thinning or the melting of the blood that happens during the copper energy, where the trapped atomic bits can get the maximum energy to utilize this energy to become liberated. Therefore, this book is very important and to understand and feel this energy and to work accordingly. Better meditation, better thoughts, and better function will be helpful. While receiving this energy, one has to understand, feel it, be humble, and pray, and be focused on this energy during the second part of the triangle. and this is during the 16th narigate to the 30th narigate. The northeast direction is the first triangle, and the sun then travels to the southeast, which is the second triangle. All this time during this, the organs will receive the highest form of energy in the brain and in the body to allow the blood flow easily. The further chapters we are going to discuss will be how the elemental bits then combine with this copper metallic energy and how they function, like what kind of energy can be gotten in different jamas, and later how this energy will affect the uptake by the planet Earth and other living beings will also be discussed. However, there are toxins formed. Feeling of this energy is very important during this time. If one understands the four metallic elemental bits and can compare to the four faces of Lord Brahma, one can understand this and play with this feeling and thus to be liberated. So that was chapter 14.
Okay. So we're moving on to chapter 15, further about the copper light energy. A little bit different way of spreading by the copper compared to the mercury we talked about before. So let's continue. தாமிர ஒளியாற்றலின் தன்மை என்பது ஒளிர்வது மற்றும் கூடிய வெப்பத்தினை நல்குவது என்பதனை தெளிவுற உணர்ந்து கொண்டால் அவ்வாற்றல் இயங்கும் தன்மை புரிவிடும். Two important properties of copper light energy is shining. One, shining. Two, giving heat. Because giving heat is the first important thing. Next one is shining part. ஒளிர்தல், shining part. மானுட ஆன்மாக்கள் ஒவ்வொன்றும் சூரிய மையம் எனப்படும் ஈச உலகினின்று உதித்தவையே எனினும் கோள்களின் தோற்றம் என்பது நிகழ்கையிலே மாறுபட்ட கால நேரங்களில் விண்ணில் தோன்றி நிலைத்து பின்னரே வினை அடைந்தன. அதன் பொருட்டே ஆன்மாவின் இயக்கத்திற்கு மாறுபட்ட ஆற்றல் உதவுகின்றன. Very, very important sentences, two sentences here about the origin of Atman. மானுட ஆன்மாக்கள் ஒவ்வொன்றும் சூரிய மையம் எனப்படும் ஈச உலகினின்று உதித்தவையே. So all the human Atmans have arisen or have come out from the center of the sun. The center of the sun, that is also Isa Ulagam, world of Isa. All of them came from the same place, right? But there are a lot of differences, right, between one Atman and another. Even though we can explain in terms of imprints, but even from the beginning it is like changing. Because கோள்களின் தோற்றம் என்பது நிகழ்கையிலே மாறுபட்ட கால நேரங்களில். So during the time, even the planets also in different places when they are formed from the. So initially when they formed from the center of the sun, they are all same. But when they come to the earth, and there are different kind of planets in different places. So கோளின் தோற்றம் என்பது நிகழ்கையிலே மாறுபட்ட கால நேரங்களில் விண்ணில் தோன்றி நிலைத்து. So different times, different places of the planets that time, they come and stay a little bit in the among the by the influence of the planets. பின்னரே விரையடைந்தன. Then only they come and reach the earth. அதன் பொருட்டே because of that ஆன்மாவின் இயக்கத்திற்கு for the function of the Atman மாறுபட்ட ஆற்றல்கள் உதவுகின்றன. Therefore, different kind of energies from different planets help differently for different Atmans. Even for the Jyotish and astrology, this is also a basis. So even though we are all coming from the same place, that means the center of the sun, the world of Isa, when the time it is coming, there are different planets and different positions, and because of that, when the Atman comes and reaches the earth, they are being helped by different energies. Very, very important aspect, I think. Any question on that?
So it is basically the influence of the different planets.
That's coming. Yeah, I think then
the human Atman.
Then I think if you go even a little beyond that, even the nakshatras, 27 nakshatras. Right? So even though he didn't mention that, I think it's subtly, I think they give the importance. So the array, you can say this way, the arrangement of the planets and the rest of the stars and everything in the time of the birth of the Atman from the Yesalok, at the center of the sun, before it reaches the earth. ஒரு ஆன்மா என்பது பல்வேறு பாதரசத்துவங்களின் கூட்டுக்கலவை என்பதை தெளிவுற உணர்ந்து கொள்ள வேண்டும். So all of us know very clearly the Atman is nothing but the combination of different mercurial bits, right? In terms of modern science, of course. Paramatma எனும் ஈசனும், when you say Paramatma, that is mentioning ஈசன், ஈஷா, right? ஈசனும் அண்டத்திலே உருவான பல்வேறு பாதரசத்துவங்களின் கூட்டுக்கலவை எனும் காரணத்தினால் ஆன்மாக்களும் அவ்விதமே உருவாக்கப்பட்டன. பரமாத்மா எனும் ஈசனும் அண்டத்திலே உருவான பல்வேறு பாதரசத்துவங்களின் கூட்டுக்கலவை எனும் காரணத்தினால் ஆன்மாக்களும் அவ்விதமே உருவாக்கப்பட்டன. So even Isa, Lord Isha, he is also formed by the same way from the parendum.
The cosmos.
Yeah, in the cosmos. He is also formed the same way. But that is why we are also formed this. I mean, there is a lot of similarity between how Lord Isha is formed and how Jivatma is formed.
So we are formed from the combination of different metallic bits, and Paramatma is also formed by the combination of the cosmic metallic bits.
Yeah. That is Padarasam, Mercury.
Cosmic mercury metallic.
Yeah. அதன் பொருட்டே ஆன்மாக்கள் 4 வகை ஆற்றல் ஈச உணவாக இருக்கின்றன. மூலம் உருவாக்கும் ஈசவர்களுக்கு யாம் ஆன்மாக்களே எவ்வாறு ஏற்றிடும். அதன் பொருட்டே, பிகாஸ் ஆஃப் தட், ஆன்மாக்கள் 4 வகை ஆற்றலை ஈச உணவாக இருக்கின்றன. ஸோ ஈச உணவு, ஈசாஸ் ஃபுட் is four types of food, that is 4 metals, metallic, including mercury, copper, gold, and silver. Because they are coming from the center of the sun. ஒவ்வொரு ஆன்மாவும் உதித்திட்ட, so you can imagine even the same way the food for Lord Isha also from the universal cosmos. We didn't even mention this here, but you can explain that also. ஒவ்வொரு ஆன்மாவும் உதித்திட்ட கால நேரத்தில் எத்தை ஆற்றல் பரவி நின்றுட்டது என்பதை உணர்ந்தே ஏற்றிடும். So when that time, when particular Atman is formed, that time what kind of energy is spread in the cosmos by the planets and nakshatra and everything, that is very important. புவியினை அடைந்திடவும் பிறவிகளை மேற்கொண்டிடவும் ஆன்மாக்கள் அனைத்தும் ஒளியிலே நாடிடும். So to come to the earth and to take different types of birth, Atman is depending on the light rays. Okay, only through the light rays they are coming. Okay, this is very important. ஒவ்வொரு ஆன்மாவும் கோளின் தன்மைகளையே பிரதிபலிக்கும் என்னும் காரணத்தினால் ஏற்றிட்ட கோளின் தன்மைக்கு ஏற்ப ஒரு கனிம வெள்ளத்தினை பற்றியே உயிரடங்கும். So for that particular time, when it is coming through the sunlight, since it is coming through that, and particular time, you know, all these different 60 different combinations, right? So it comes in one of the different combination. So that time, a particular planet, particular mercury or gold or copper or belly, particular energy. So with that only it is coming down. So that is why all the Atmans are differently organized and functioning and everything. There's a difference even without the imprints. There's a variation. So on the top of it you have imprints. How the imprints are formed differently again, it's all based on this. Even the root cause of forming the imprints also given here. I think these are very, very important paragraphs. Okay. தெளிவுற அறிந்திருதல் ஞானத்தினை குறிக்கிறது. If you understand very clearly, you will get a lot of jnana. Yeah, it is a little deeper knowledge, so that's why I was taking a little more time. வேதங்களின் உட்சூட்சம் எனும் உயரிய ஞானத்தினை வித்திடவே முனைகின்றோம். So this is the very important knowledge of Vedas. Even the Vedas, that I am giving you in simple language in Tamil. உணர்ந்து ஏற்போர் அற்புத ஞானம் பெற்றிடுவர். If you really understand and feel it, you'll get very rare ஞானம். Yes, sir. ஆன்மாக்கள் அனைத்தும் கோள்களின் உருவாக்கும் நிலையிலே சூரியக்கோள் வெடித்ததன் மூலம் மையத்திலிருந்து வெளியேறிய பாதரத்துகள் எனும் காரணத்தால் அவை உருவான கோள்களின் ஆதிக்கத்தன்மையை பெற்றிருக்கும். Now he is even mentioning about the origin of the planets also. How did the planets come about? சூரியக்கோள் வெடித்ததன் மூலம். So there's a point at which the sun is blasting over, or it is separated, explosion, moving to different parts. மையத்திலிருந்து வெளியே. So from the center of the sun, that is Mercury pits, again that is coming out, and finally they also become planets. மையத்திலிருந்து வெளியே பாதரத்துகள் எனும் காரணத்தால் அவை உருவான கோள்களின் ஆதிக்கத்தன்மையை பெற்றிருக்கும். So because of that, the Atman is getting, because there's a lot of similarities between the sun and the planets also. So when Atman is coming through the rays, so naturally because of the connection between the sun and these planets, the Atman is also depending on those energy. It's very complex knowledge, but still I think you can understand if you delineate it a little. It takes time to understand this. ஒவ்வொரு ஆன்மத்துகளும் ஒரு கோளின் மையம் சென்று முழுமையான பின்னரே ஆன்மரூபம் தரித்து புவி நீர் விசைக்கு ஆட்பட்டு பிறவிகள் மேற்கொண்டிட உதிக்கின்றன. ஒவ்வொரு ஆன்மத்துகளும் each of the atoms ஒரு கோளின் மையம் சென்று, so that time whichever planet is having much more energy and where it is going to go to the center of that planet, and then it get completion. First it comes from the sun center, and then one of the dominating planets, that it goes to the center and it completes, and then it is being absorbed by the gravitation attraction of the earth, and then you are getting birds. See, so that this means that you are not only depending for energy, not only depending on the sun, you are also depending on the planets from which you are origin. I think each of the Atman has one planet, one dominating planet. So do you know what is your planet? Venus. So that is going to influence you. You are going to get energy from that also. Okay, so that's where it is. ஆன்மாவின் சுயசரிதம் எனும் நூலும் ஈஸ்வரின் சுயசரிதம் எனும் நூலும் சப்தரிஷியை உழைக்கப்பட்டு. So more explanation is there in those books, Anma and Swayasiridham and Eastern Swayasiridham. There's another book called The Life History of Lord Isha. Okay, that book also explains. Maybe that we can go to that book also next. I don't know which one we're going to choose. That'll be interesting. Eastern Swayasiridham நூலும் சப்தரிஷியால் உரைக்கப்பட்டு மாநில ஞானத்தில் பிறக்கின்றன. அந்நூல்களின் தாத்பரியங்கள் என்று தெரிவிப்பது யாருமே ஆன்மாவின் நிலைப்பாடு. So all these books explains only the Anma, Atmans, how they form, how they come, how they are related, even with Lord Isha. அந்நூலின் தாத்பரியம் இருப்பது ஆன்ம நிலைப்பாடு. உணர்வு என்பது ஒன்றே ஞானமாகும். Feeling is important ஞானம். Feeling in the body, that is more important ஞானம். உணர்விலும் பல நிலைகள் உண்டு. Even within feeling there are different stages. Muruga, மாறுபட்ட ஆன்மாக்கள் வெவ்வேறு உணர்வுகளை கொண்டு விதிக்கின்றன. So even the different Atmans have different kind of feelings depending on the type of planet which is dominant for them. So that is how they are formed and they are getting mukti and that is how they live also. So what is your nakshatra then? If it is Venus? Pusam. So the Venus planet and Pusam nakshatra will have a lot of influence, and you're getting a lot of energy from there also. Okay. So that's where it is. So ஆத்மாக்கள் அனைத்தும் எவ்விதம் உதித்தாலும் புவினை அடைவது என்பது நான்வகை கனிமொழியின் மூலமே. So even though they are found in different planets, it reaches to the earth, right, through one of these kanimolam. Each kanimolam means metallic. So if somebody is born in the early morning, right, they will have Padarasa Attal. Somebody in the middle of the day, Tamira Attal, Tanga Attal. So evening, and night time, of course, Velli Attal, like that. அவை மீண்டும் பல்வேறு மாற்றங்களுக்கு உட்பட்டு 60 ஆற்றல்களாய் தெரிகின்றன. எனினும் புவியினை அடைவது மூவழிகள் என்று உணர வேண்டும். அவை மீண்டும் பல்வேறு மாற்றங்கள். So then when first it comes to go to the planet, and the non-metallic கனிமம் it's coming, and then சூரிய ஒளியாற்றல் என்பது கனிம வழி தோன்றி பரவுகிறது. So sunlight, all of you know that metallic energy, and then they change, and then 60 different type of energies, and they reaches the earth by 3 strands. That is also given there. So what is the connection between Atman and this? So I think there's a different concept. First he's talking about Atman. Atman அனைத்தும் எவ்விதம் விதித்தாலும் புவியினை அடைவது என்பது நான்மை கனிமொழிகளே. சரி, ஓகே. சூரிய ஒளியாற்றல் என்பது கனிம வழிகளாய் வெளித்தோன்றி பரவுகிறது. அவை மீண்டும் பல்வேறு மாற்றங்கள் உட்பட்டு 60 ஆற்றலாய் தெரிகின்றன. எனினும் புவியினை அடைவது மூவழிகளே. ஓகே, that is for the sunlight. ஸோ தாமிர ஆற்றல் என்பது மூவழிகளில் பரவியே செயல்படுவது போன்று மற்ற கனிமங்களும் செயல்புரிந்திடும். That's understandable. ஒவ்வொரு இழைகளிலும், so just like தாமிர ஆற்றல் 3 strands, other metallic energy also gives us the 3 strands. ஒவ்வொரு இழைகளிலும் சூரிய ஒளியாற்றல் உருவான மின்பொருட்கள் யாருமே பயணித்திருக்கு. Each other strand, all those மின்பொருட்கள், the soft products are coming melted form. உரிய நிலையில் துவங்கி மென்பொருட்களாய் மாறி, first they are going melted form, then little more solidified form, மீண்டும் உரிய நிலையில் ஆற்றலாய் உருமாறி புவியினை அடைந்து இயக்கத்துக்கான உரிவலம் வரும். So that is how it is melted form, it comes to the earth, and then it becomes fuel for the Atman. So in this chapter, Lord Muruga gave a lot of information. First, Atman's origin, and then the planets, why the planets have been influenced, right? Influencing the Atmans, etc. We're taking time. சூரிய ஒளியழிகளின் பயணத்தில் கலப்பு கொண்டே ஆன்மாக்கள் பின்னடைந்தோம். சூரிய ஒளியழின் பயணத்தில் கலப்பு கொண்டே ஆன்மாக்கள் பின்னடைந்தோம். So when they come to the earth, the Atman, so they are going to travel along with the sunlight. முதன்முறை ஒரு ஆன்மா எனும் பல கோடி பாதரத்தோர்களில் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் டைம் ஒரு ஆன்மா எனும் பல கோடி பாதரத்தோர்களில் கூட்டு கலவையானது கோள்களை அடைந்த பின்னர், as I said before, first go to the one of the planets, right? And then அடைந்த பின்னர் புவியீர்ப்பு விசையின் நில நீர் மூலக்குள் ஈர்க்கப்பட்டு, so the gravitational attraction of the water and the air, we already talked about it. Because of that, it is being attracted, ஈர்க்கப்பட்டு விண்மூடுதல் உருவாகி, so it is reaching the விண்மூடு, and then உருவாகி நிலைத்திருக்கும் சுழல்களில் சிக்கண்டு, then you have the rotation, right? You have rotation in விண்மூடு. It is going to get entangled in that விண்மூடு, சிக்கண்டு மூவிழைகளை பற்றி, then it is going to form or they come through the 3 strands, right? Just like the sunlight coming, சிக்கண்டு மூவிழை பற்றி மெல்லனவே புவினை அடைந்திடும். So only it comes to the earth. ஒரு முறை விண்முறை கடந்திட்டால் அவ்வான்மானது மீண்டும் விடுதலை அடைந்திட்டால் மாத்திரமே புவினை அடுத்து மீண்டும் செஞ்சு தெரியும். So once it comes through the 3 strands, once it comes to the Vinmudu, then it is getting stuck in the earth. Unless it is getting freedom, Anna Sudandram, freedom of the Atman, and the Matrami, it can go beyond the earth. Okay? What does this mean? This means all the souls did not get the freedom of Atman. They are within on the earth itself, within Vinmudu. It's just a new derivation I'm getting now. Is there any question on that?
No, I just need to write it down.
So unless you get the Anma Vidudalai or the Atma freedom, you can't go beyond Vinmudu. So all those Atma which is gone, they're all
They are
completely freedom. They got in freedom. Like we are on Makul. Higher level souls. They can say Mahata Babaji, you can say Vivekananda, whoever the big souls you're thinking about. Abindu, whoever big soul you're thinking about, who has influenced a lot on the earth, including the God's energies. They went beyond Vinmudu because they get the freedom of that. But then, what happened to your parents or your ancestors? If they haven't got the Anusudandram, we don't know, we're not sure, but if they did get it, they will go beyond. Otherwise, they get stuck here only. They will be within Vinmudu only. It's clear? Okay. It's a very, very important concept. கோள்களின் தன்மைக்கு ஏற்ப உருவெடுக்கும் ஆன்மாக்கள் அக்கோளை சார்ந்த சுழல்களால் ஈர்க்கப்பட்டு இழைகளை கலப்பு கொண்டு பூவினை அடைகிறது. We know how the sunlight reaches the earth, right? First it comes in 3 strands. The same way, Atman is also traveling. Come here in one of the 3 strands and then அடைகிறது. ஒவ்வொரு இழைகளிலும் ஐவகை மூலக்கூறுகளை we know that even each of the strand ஐவகை மூலக்கூறுகளை மென்பொருட்களால் கலப்பு கொண்டு பயணித்திலும். So we know that each of the strand ஐவகை மூலக்கூறுகள் 5 different atomic elements coming மென்பொருட்களால் கொண்டு பயணித்திலும் அதனோடு ஆன்மாக்கள் பயணிப்பது. So through that only ஆன்மாக்கள் also comes. Now this book not only explains the light, it also explains the birth, how it is connected, even astrology is connected and everything. So the way the sunlight comes, in the same way Atman is also coming. So that means there will be 60 different kind of Atmans you can imagine. Quality of different. Why I am saying 60? Can you think about that?
Because of the different narrative you are talking about, which one it is, with the different combinations. But we also have to take into consideration which is the ruling planet.
Yeah, everything is. But again, another 60 is different coming here. Another 60 differences are coming here within Nari.
Yes.
So that's what I meant. First planet difference, then the Nari difference. All right.
Whichever planet is the ruling planet, and that whichever different Narige is, that set of Atma will come down. That is what it means.
Even that comes, even then, the time, particular strand, particular atomic energy bits.
So it is pretty much not divided, but the qualities change. That's why we have different qualities.
Yeah,
different human beings.
I'm talking about the base of the Atman. The top of it
not even the karmas yet. We haven't even spoken about karmas yet. This is just
even the karmas form because are based on this.
Correct.
So all these questions, why they are getting back?
Because we had read earlier that even when it rises up, it can only rise to a certain extent depending on the karma, because that also pulls you down.
Yeah.
So these atmas that are trapped at the Vinmudu, even if it rises, it can only rise to a certain extent because of their karmas. So they have to break those karmas to rise further, and then they have to break that liberation in order to go to higher souls. So it's a long path.
Yeah. So that is why to get the freedom of Atman, there are so many hurdles. And the bigger Atmans like Parimalam, Mother and other people, they make the light bridge to make it a little easier. Okay. So, ஒவ்வொரு ஆன்மா என்பது ஆன்மாக்கு பின்னர் என்று அர்த்தம் செய்யலாம். ஓர் ஆன்மா என்பது கனிம இழைகளில் பயணித்து மென்பொருட்களோடு இணைந்து புவினை அடைவதனை உணர்வு நிலையில் உச்சத்தினில் கண்டிட இயலும். So if you really feel very, very deeply, Muruga says, you can really feel it. ஒரு முறை புவினை அடைந்திட்ட பின்னர் பல பிறவிகளை ஏற்றிடும் ஆன்மாவானது பல்வேறு இழைகளிலும் பயணித்திடும். எனினும் முதன்முறையாக பற்றுவது தத்தம் கோளின் கனிமிழைகளையே என்று உணர்ந்திடல் வேண்டும். So first time it coming, right? We don't know how many births we have taken, but first time whatever it took, that is going to be there. But you're getting repeated births, right? That means that means we are recycling here itself from Muruga to the earth, Muruga to the earth, again and again and again. So if you know scientifically, if you know until where is the attraction of the gravitation, right? Then we can even definitely say how much is Muruga distance scientifically. So within that only all the those souls with the freedom are staying around. So ஒரு முறை புவினை அடைந்த பின்னர் பல பிறவிகளை ஏற்றும் ஆன்மாவானது பல்வேறு இழைகளிலும் பயணித்திடும். இன்னும் முதன்முறையாக பற்றுவது தத்தம் கோளின் கனிமழைகளை என்றே உணர வேண்டும். மென்பொருட்களின் ஊடே பயணித்திடும் காரணத்தினால் பல்வேறு துறைகளை ஆற்றல்களாய் இருக்கின்றன. So because they are coming through the soft products, right? Like the strands, and then you have akash, heat, air, water, and air. Because of that, they take the energy also. The way it came, it is getting the energy also. That is why we need the Atman getting this energy. Because that's how it came about, right? It's logically why. எனினும் விடுதலை அடைந்திட ஆன்மாவானது சூரிய ஒளிகளை பற்றிட முனைந்திடாது. So to get the freedom, they won't depend on the sunlight. When they come down, definitely they விடுதலை அடைந்திட, to get freedom, தத்தம் ஆன்மத்தோளின் ஆற்றலை கொண்டே ஒளிப்பாலம் அமைத்து விடுதலை நாடுகிறது. So each Atman, they have to make the bridge themselves, and then get the freedom. During the time, can we go a little more?
Say can, but it's a very heavy concept.
Let me read a little bit until it has some ending. So tattam on. So when it comes to the sunlight, 3 strands, atomic energy bits, an Atman is forming. It doesn't say exactly how it enters the body. It comes to the earth, that's what he says. And then to get the freedom, it starts depending on the sunlight. So it is making its own light bridge. Because it has a capacity, right? Because it is Anmutavali is nothing but mercury bits. So it has a capacity to make the light. ஒவ்வொரு ஆன்மாவும் ஒளி இழையின் துணை கொண்டே புவினை அடைகிறது. மீண்டும் மீண்டும் பிறவிகளை ஏற்றிடவும் சூரிய ஒளிதனை நாடுகிறது. இன்னும் விண்ணோக்கிய பயணத்தில் ஆன்மாக்களையால் புவினை அடைகின்ற ஒளிகளை நாடுவது இல்லை. மாறாக சூரியனை ஒத்த ஆற்றல்களை உடைய காரணத்தினால், because it is having similar properties of the sun energy, தனது ஆற்றலை கொண்டே ஒளிப்பாலம் அமைக்கிறது. So individuality. Each Atman try to get the bridge. ஒரு ஆன்மாவின் பயணம் என்பது இருவேறு மாற்றுப்பாதைகளை உடையது. So there are 2 kind of புவினை அடைந்திட சூரிய ஒளி பாலத்திலையும், விண்ணேறிட சுயாற்றல் கொண்டு அமைத்திட்ட ஒளி இழைப்பாளத்திலையும் பயணித்திடும். This is all repeat. So to come down, it is using the sunlight. To go back, it is making its own light bridge. மானுட உடல் துரித்து வாழ்ந்திட சூரிய ஒளிகளை பற்றியே புவி இறங்கிடும். So if you want to get the human body, it has to come through sunlight strands only. அதன் ஆற்றல்களையும் ஈர்த்து பெற்றிடும். So it is getting the energy of the sunlight also. உடல் மரணித்த பிறகு when the body is dying, தனது ஒளியிழையில் பயணிக்கும். So that time when it is done, when it left the body, it is going to travel through its light. Atma bridge, ஒளிப்பாலம், light bridge, whatever it forms. தனது ஒளியில் பயணிக்கும். தான் அமைத்திட்ட ஒளிப்பாதையின் எல்லை வரையே பயணித்து இயலும். So how much bridge it is formed, right? Only until then it can go. எனில் அவை மீண்டும் சூரிய ஒளியை நாடி சென்று அடைகிறது. எனில் அவை மீண்டும் சூரிய ஒளியை நாடி சென்று அடைகின்றது. ஒன்றினை தெளிவுற வேண்டும். சூரிய ஒளியர்கள் யாவும் ஒரு வழிப்பாதையே ஆகும். அவை மீண்டும் முன்னேறிடாது. ஆனால் புவியீர்ப்பு விசை என்பது முன்னேறும் ஆற்றல்களே. சூரிய ஒளிகள் யாவும் ஒரு வழிப்பாதை. Sunlight is only one way, right? It comes down, falls. It won't go back. மீண்டும் முன்னேறாது. ஆனால் புவியீர்ப்பு விசை, gravitational attraction, that goes up, right? Gravitational attraction goes up. So it's possible that Atma takes that also. I'm not sure about that. உடல் மரணித்த பிறகு ஒளியில் பயணிக்கும். தனது ஒளிப்பொழில் பயணிக்கும். தான் அமைத்திட்ட ஒளிப்பாதையின் எல்லை வரையே பயணித்திடும். அது வரைக்கும் தான் போகும். சரி, எனில் அவை மீண்டும் சூரிய ஒளியை நாடி சென்று அடைகிறதுங்கிறார். மீண்டும் சூரிய ஒளியை நாடி சென்று அடைகிறது. I don't know. So that means it is reaching only to its own light bridge. Beyond that it won't go, right? Then he says after that it is nadi ingar sunlight. Oh, strand. Oh, he's not talking about sunlight. மீண்டும் சூரிய ஒளி இழைகளை, there are strands இருக்குல்லையா, then அது வழியா போகுது மின்மோடுக்கு.
He uses the
strands of the sunlight. Sunlight has three strands, இல்லையா?
I understand.
So that's strands.
But he always also mentioned that sunlight is only a one-way path.
Sunlight is one-way path.
Correct.
Sunlight all the way comes to the sun. But the strands, when it is formed, only for the wind two becomes three. Remember?
Right.
So it is using those three strands.
But what was that sentence that you said?
அதான் எனினும்.
No, before that.
Yeah. மாடு உடல் தரித்து வாழ்ந்த சூரிய ஒளியை பற்றி புவி அடங்கும். அதன் ஆற்றலை ஈர்த்து பெற்றிடும். எனினும் உடல் மரணித்த பிறகு தனது ஒளியிழையில் பயணிக்கும். தான் அமைத்திட்ட ஒளிப்பாதையில் எல்லை வரையே பயணித்திட இயலும். எனில் அவை மீண்டும் சூரிய ஒளியிழைகளை நாடி சென்று அடைகிறது. Okay, that's what it means. There two strands.
Correct.
Three strands.
Correct.
Now தன்னோட ஒளிப்பாதை.
Yes, the light bridge.
Let's say this is coming to this.
Okay.
Now hereafter it can't go.
Correct.
So these three strands are there.
Correct.
Through the three strands goes up to mode. Not through sunlight. It is sunlight has become changed into three strands actually.
Correct.
It's only up to that. That's what I understand. Let's see whether any difference in the meaning.
Okay. I understood it differently, but
Okay, yeah, tell me.
I'm thinking, that's why I'm asking you the meaning, literal meaning of that sentence.
தான் எனினும் ஒளியில் பயணிக்கும். தான் அமைத்திட்ட ஒளிப்பாதை எல்லை வரையே.
Up to that.
ஆமா.
Tell me the next.
எனில் அவை மீண்டும் சூரிய ஒளியிழைகளை நாடி சென்று அடைகிறது.
What does that mean? Literally,
that means it is nadi three strands towards that it is going. எனில் அவை மீண்டும் சூரிய ஒளி இழைகளை நாடி, இழைகள்ங்கிறார். அதான் there's a difference between light and the strands.
Okay.
இழைகளை நாடி சென்று அடைகிறது. ஒன்றினை தெளிவுற வேண்டும். எனில் அவை மீண்டும் சூரிய ஒளிகளை நாடி சென்று அடைகின்றது. ஒன்றினை தெளிவுற வேண்டும். சூரிய ஒளிகள் யாவும் ஒரு வழிப்பாதையே ஆகும். அவை மீண்டும் முன்னேறிடாது. Remember this. These strands will not go back all the way to the sun.
Correct.
Sun only go to விண்முகடு. மீண்டும் வினையிடாது. ஆனால் புவியீர்ப்பு விசை என்பது விண்ணேடு மாற்றங்களே. இந்த கிராவிடேஷன் இருக்குது இல்லையா, ஃபோர்ஸ் இருக்கு இல்லையா, அது வேணா போகலாங்கிறாரு. ஈவன் விண்முகடு அது போகும். ஒளியிழையின் தன்மைகளை உணர வேண்டும். சைட் ஸ்டான்ஸோட என்ன ப்ராப்ளம் சொல்லணுங்கிறாரு. சூரிய ஒளியிழைகள் புவியினை நோக்கியே பயணிக்கும் எனில் புவியின் ஈர்ப்பு விசை அடங்கிய ஒளியிழைகளோ சூரிய நோக்கியே பயணிக்கும். ஒளியிழைகளின் தன்மையை உணர வேண்டும். சூரிய ஒளியிழைகள் புவியினை நோக்கியே பயணிக்கும் எனில் புவியின் ஈர்ப்பு விசை அடங்கிய ஒளியிழைகளோ சூரியனை நோக்குங்கிறார்கள். ஆன்மாக்கள் புவியினில் பிறவி பெற்கின்ற வேண்டுமெனில் சூரிய ஒளியிழைகளையும் விண்ணேறிட வேண்டுமெனில் புவியின் ஈர்ப்பு விசையினை ஒத்த ஒளியிழையும் பற்றி பயணித்தல் வேண்டும். தனது ஒளியிழையின் எல்லை என்பது விண்முகடு எட்டிடாத தருணம் வரை, தனது ஒளியின் எல்லை என்பது விண்முகடு எட்டிடாத தருணம் வரை மீண்டும் சூரிய ஒளியிழையோடு கலப்பு கொண்டே ஆன்மாக்கள் பிறவிகளை மேற்கொண்டிடும். ஓகே, இப்போ okay. Yeah. Go ahead. You want to tell me that?
No, tell me yours and then let me see.
Okay. So it is coming to the earth. Okay, இங்கே தான் ஆரம்பிச்சிட்டோம். ஸோ அது ஒளிப்பாதம், தன்னோட ஆத்மா வந்து ஒளிப்பாதம் அமைக்குது.
After it leaves the earth,
after leave the body,
okay,
it's going to go to how much the light bridge is up to your spiritual knowledge.
Correct.
Whatever you're following. So it is going up to that.
Okay.
And then it has to come back to birth, right? It will stay there, but to come back is going to depend on the three strands.
Correct.
Sunlight. மறுபடியும் வருது. இப்போ ஃபர்தரா போகணும் அப்படின்னா again it will go, it will another birth நல்லது பண்ணி செஞ்சிருந்தாங்கன்னா it's good, go beyond it, then it will come back. Go beyond it, it will come back.
Correct.
அதான் சொல்றாரு. So finally வந்து if you want to go out of the புவியீர்ப்பு விசை, it is capable, அந்த ஒளியிழை அமைக்கிறோம் இல்லையா, that is capable even going beyond, but it doesn't go. இன்னும் தான் போகுது. ஆனால் அந்த எனர்ஜி வச்சுக்கிட்டு தான் அந்த ஒழிப்பாதை வச்சுட்டு போகுது ஆத்மன். So when it is going beyond, ஆன்ம விடுதலை அடையும் பொழுது it just goes on.
It goes beyond the gravitational pull of the earth.
But again the பூமியோட இதுதான் ஹெல்ப்ஃபுல்லாக இருக்குது. Your explanation.
Yeah, that is what I understood. So it goes, once you, after death, whatever the Atma's light bridge has been made, it traverses to that up to whatever level it has. At that juncture, it reaches the three strands that is coming from the sun. The three strands, it just joins them and then goes back and gets rebirth. Once again, if it starts building again, it keeps going up to the Vinmugra, and for that, gravitational pull is helping it to go reach up to that, wherever the light strand bridges it has made. And then when it has to break through, we don't know. Now that part, how does it
what is breakthrough?
When it has to break through the Vinmugra, it needs to form that light bridge beyond the Vinmugra in order to break through the gravitation.
Yes.
Pull. Until then, it takes
individual effort
and rebirth until it makes that light bridge, which is beyond the Vinmugra, so that once at that birth, when it leaves the body, it can go all the way beyond the Vinmugra and get liberated. Correct?
Exactly. So you can relate that to what Gnanalayam is doing. So Paramilane formed her own bridge that is directly connected to the sun, and then she is asking everybody to use that and then go and come back
To reach the higher.
Yes, it's only imaginary thing, so people do it, but I think the complete liberation will be 100% completed only when the individual is getting the help and then go beyond. Okay, that's what I feel. So that's why it is. It's like a mock trial. Like Babaji gave me a chance to see how it really looks like. Same thing. Mock trial, you're giving a chance. It's easier. So once you know the path, you want to go to some place, you have to
If
go
you
only by
practice
walking.
before, it's easy.
Only by walking. So somebody takes you by plane and then, or by bus and then this is all these places, you come back. So that it is easy for you to
Follow that.
follow that. That's what I think. That I think you have to read this to complete it, otherwise it will get stuck. So that's what
Stop
I'm
right
doing.
here because then that concept we can revisit.
This concept is so did you write everything?
Yeah, I wrote so far. I didn't write that part, but I wrote this up.
I finished that too. So that. Okay, let's stop there. Okay, so let's. Freddie, are you here? All right. So there's another question.
Very interesting.
Mm.
Very important too. It talked about how the Atman is born, and it also talks about how the Atman can get liberated. And it also talks about how the Atman is stuck within the realms of the earth.
Yeah, I think he's inserting a lot of secrets in between. Sorry. Okay. All right. Freddie, if you don't have any other question, we'll continue. Let's finish the meditation. Thanks for Babaji. Give us higher knowledge to us. Appreciate it. That thankfulness. See. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Shivaya Namaya Navasima. Mavayana Sisiya Namah. Vashimayana Om Shivaya Namah
Mavayana Shishiyana Mava Vashivayana Om
Shivaya Namah
Mavayana Shishiyana Mava Vashimayana 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 Om
Shivaya Namah
Mavayana Shishiyana Mava Vashimayana
Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Oh my God. I missed this. So how you missed this important information when you're reading first time? எப்படி இந்த important information miss பண்ணோம்?
Miss பண்ணல.
Yeah, because
I knew that. It was just that it went through. It was not. I didn't miss it. That's why the second time when we're reading, we're understanding it much better. Because now we understand it in a little more depth. sunshine years brought back sunny. Until 2 days back, there was no sunshine at all. I told you, it was bad yesterday. It was like terrible. Past 5 days, we've not seen sun. That's why I'm saying sun. So now it's like today, that you just came and we brought sunshine. Thank you. It was like dull and bad. Now you're back. So how does it feel? Good? I know. We're supposed to get at 8:30, right? Yesterday? I know. She couldn't do what? But the weather was like that. And when you were boarding, I was like, oh my God, it's bad up here. So I was like, oh Lord. How is that guy was running? Or like finding it out? Yeah. No, no, no. So there was a smooth, right? It was pretty smooth, right? After that, once you left me. Hey, get back. What? Ah, you told me that. You told me that. You told me that. So happy. Oh, solid, yeah, solid. Solid. Yeah, awesome. I'm so proud of you. That you really earned it. You get that sweet feeling, right? So, awesome. So you were scared about that one. What happened? Did you hurt or did you just? Yeah, yeah. Argue that. Awesome, awesome. You did that. Very good. Wow. Well, they actually graduated. Muruga did too. Oh, very nice. But Ashrita, wait. Ashrita graduated at the PhD or Ashrita graduated? But she finished her bachelor's and this one, her master's. Yeah. So I like this Malika just doing something. I know I was just thinking, you will believe, I was just thinking next when I was thinking yesterday, I was thinking about it, be on the other side of the lake, going toward water. So it would be like super solid happy. When it does get out of time, like my ticket and my hotel and all my party and with you and everything. This, yeah. Yes. Okay, you guys are thinking about it? But if it is yes, then it's awesome news. But if it's a no, then all your plans we have are covered. But this will be for cover or this is for. Oh, but then you have to turn around. you haven't eaten anything, maybe you have time. Oh, good, good, enjoy. Good. And then come here. I know. Keep calling, don't forget me. And then let me know when to pick you up on Thursday morning. I'm off. I'm off. Let me know. Either way. Okay, get some ample rest. Yeah, get some ample rest. Okay? Alright. Love you. Welcome back. Bye.